Hello everyone, welcome to Class X video series Minerals and Energy Resources Chapter 5 Geography Class 10 Part 3rd. This is Hemanta Narayana Singhdeo, Teacher of Social Science, OAV, Ratpur, Bir Maharajpur, Suvarnapur. This is Part 3rd. Let's discuss in details about Part 3rd of Minerals and Energy Resources. What topic to be discussed? First one, energy resources, conventional and non-conventional. Second one, conventional sources of energy, coal, types of coal, petroleum, natural gas. Third one, distributions of coal, oil and natural gas, electricity. Fourth one, non-conventional sources of energy, nuclear or atomic energy, solar energy, wind power, biogas, tidal energy, geothermal energy, etc. And conservations of energy resources. Last one, question and answer sessions or recapitulations. This is the in details that to be discussed in the part third of minerals and energy resources. Next, that is energy resources. Resources which are used as power to run industries are called energy resources. Example, fuel, minerals like coal, petroleum, natural gas, uranium, electricity. Energy resources can be classified into conventional and non-conventional sources. Conventional sources of energy, it includes firewood, cattle dung, cake, coal, petroleum, natural gas, and electricity. Non-conventional energy sources includes solar, wind, tidal, geothermal, biogas, atomic energy, and they are inexhaustible and renewable. Next, that is the energy resources sources of energy. It is categorized into two types, that is conventional sources of energy, non-conventional sources of energy. We can see in the diagram that is it is divided into two types, that is first one conventional sources, second one non-conventional sources. Conventional sources further divided into two types, commercial and non-commercial. In the commercial, coal, petroleum, electricity will come, and in non-commercial, firewood, straw, dried dung will come. In the non-conventional sources of energy, it will come biogas, solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, energy from urban waste. All these come under non-conventional sources of energy. Next, that is what are conventional sources of energy? Conventional sources of energy are also known as non-renewable sources of energy and are available in limited quantity apart from hydroelectric power. Further, it can be classified under commercial and non-commercial energy. Commercial energy sources includes coal, electricity, and petroleum are known as commercial energy since the consumer needs to pay it price to buy them. Next, that is non-renewable energy. The energy non-renewable are natural gas, coal, oil, and nuclear power. Next, that is coal. Coal is a fossil fuel. It is used for power generations in the thermal power plants. It is bulky, so many coal-based industries are located near coal fields. Coal is formed due to compressions of the plant's materials over millions of years. In India, coal is the most abundantly available fossil fuel. It provides a substantial part of the nation's energy needs. It is used for power generation to supply energy to the industry as well as for domestic needs. India is highly dependent on coal for meeting its commercial energy requirements. Next, classifications. Here is the some mining sites of the coal. What you are watching, a view from inside of the coal. First picture. Second picture, that is a view from outside of the coal mine. Next, that is types of coal. Coals can be categorized into four types. First one, peat. It has a low carbon and high moisture content and low heating capacity. Lignite. It is a low grade brown coal which is soft with high moisture content. Major lignite reserves are in Neyveli in Tamil Nadu and used for generations of electricity. Bituminous. Well, it has been buried deep and subject to increased temperatures. It is most popular coal in commercial use. High grade bituminous coal is used for smelting iron in blast furnaces. Anthracite, it is the highest quality hard coal and major coal fields Damodar Valley, West Bengal, Jharkhand, the Godavari, Mahanadi, Son and Wardha Valley, Jharia, Raniganj, Bokaro, Karanpura, Chandrapura, Giridih, Devgarh, Korba, Singrauli, Talchers are important coal fields. Here is the some pictures of four types of coal, that is anthracite, bituminous, peat, lignite. This is the pictures. First, that is peat. Second one, that is lignite. Third one, bituminous, and fourth one in the deep of the earth, that is anthracite. Here is the pictures. Next, that is petroleum. Petroleum is also known as mineral oil or liquid gold. It is second energy source in India after coal, and it provides fuel for heating and lighting. It provides lubricants for machinery. It provides raw material for a number of manufacturing industries, and petroleum refinery act as a nodal industry for synthetic textiles, fertilizer industries, and chemical industries. In India, most of the petroleum occurrences are associated with anticlines and fault traps in rock formations of the tertiary age. Next, that is petroleums will be continued. That is, in India, most of the petroleum occurrences are associated with declines and fault traps in the rocks of formations of the tertiary age. 63% of India's petroleum production is from Mumbai High, 18% from Gujarat, and 16% from Assam. Major oil fields of India are Mumbai High, Maharashtra, Ankleshwar, Gujarat, Digboi, Assam, Naharkatia, Assam, and Morans, Hogrijans, Assam. These are some pictures of explorations of the wells. And next, that is natural gas. Natural gas is a clean energy resources. It is environment friendly fuel because of its low carbon dioxide emissions, and it is also used as a raw material in petrochemicals industry. Use of CNG for vehicles is gaining wide popularity in India. Next, that is reserves of natural gas. Krishna Godavari basins, Mumbai High, Gulf of Cambay, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Major gas pipeline Hazira, Vijaypur, Jagdishpur, HVJ pipelines cross country gas pipeline like Mumbai High and basins with the fertilizers, power, industrial complexes, and western and northern India. Next, that is in distributions of coal, oil, and natural gas. This is the pictures. We can see the coal mines in the red color and coal fields in triangle, and major natural gas reserves and SVJ natural gas pipelines in in brown shaded area. Next, that is India distributions of coal, oil, and natural gas. Next, that is Electricity. Electricity in today's life is used for many purposes. Its per capita consumption is considered as an index of development. Electricity generated mainly in three types, that is, by running water, which drives hydro turbines to generate hydroelectricity. Examples are Bhakra Nagal, Damodar Valley Corporation, the Kopili Hydel projects, and Hirakud Dam, etc. Next, that is, these are some pictures of hydroelectricity generation projects. In first picture, in second picture, that is nuclears. Next type, that is the by burning fuels such as coal, petroleum, and natural gas to drive turbines to produce thermal power. Example: Singrauli, Nabrup, Rama, Gudam, Talches, Naveli, etc. And third one by nuclear power, and the fuel is used in nuclear power plant is uranium, which cost less than coal. Nuclear power plants can be found in Kaiga, Karnataka, Kota, Rajasthan, Narora, Uttar Pradesh, and Kalapakam, Chennai. Next, that is non-commercial energy sources. Non-commercial energy sources, generally the energy sources that are freely available, are considered as non-commercial sources. The examples of non-commercial sources energy are straw, dry dung, and firewood. These are the pictures you can see in the screen, that is non-commercial energy. Then next we are going to discuss non-conventional sources of energy. Non-conventional sources of energy are also known as renewable sources of energy. Examples include solar energy, bioenergy, tidal energy, wind energy, geothermal energy. So here question is here, why should we promote the use of renewable or non-conventional sources of energy? Because shortage of fossil fuels have raised uncertainties about the security of the energy supply in future. Rising prices of oil and gas has raised uncertainty, and increases use of fossil fuels also causes serious environmental problems. That's why you have to use non-conventional sources of energy. Next, that is first one, India is blessed with an abundance of sunlight, water, wind, and biomass. It has largest program for the development of these renewable energy resources. Here is the non-conventional source of energy: biomass, solar, geothermal, wind, water, solar. Next, that is nuclear or atomic energy. Nuclear or atomic energy obtained by altering the structure of atoms, and when alteration is made, much energy is released in the form of heat, and this heat is used to generate electric power. Next, uranium and thorium are used as fuel, which are available in Jharkhand and the Aravalli ranges of Rajasthan. Next, that is nuclear or atomic energy. Also, Mojonite sands of Kerala is rich in thorium. Major nuclear power stations of India are Kalpakam, Kaiga, Kakrapara, Kudamkulam, Rawat Narora, and Tarapur. Here is this pictures of nuclear power generations. Next, that is India's distributions of nuclear and thermal power plants. First one, that is this is the pictures in the nuclear, that is in the red triangles, and the thermal power generation, that is in black circle or black spot. Next, that is solar energy. India is a tropical country, and there is enormous possibility of tapping solar energy by using photovoltaic technology. Solar energy is converted into electricity, and it has minimized the dependence of the rural households on firewood and dung cakes, and it contributes to environmental conservation and adequate supply of manure in agriculture. Next, India's largest solar power plant is located in Madhapur near Bhuj in Gujarat. Here is the pictures of some solar energy power generations, solar cells, solar panels, and this is the some workers on solar energy who is taking care of solar plants. So this is the about all about solar energy. Next, wind energy. Wind energy is utilized to run huge windmills to generate electricity. India has great potential of wind powers, and the largest wind farm cluster in Tamil Nadu from Nagarkoil to Madurai. Here is some pictures you can see of generations of electricity from wind energy. Next one, that is, and other important wind farms are in Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Gujarat, Kerala, Maharashtra, and Lakshadweep. Nagarcoil and the Jaisalmer are well known for effective use of wind energy. Next, that is biogas. Biogas is produced by the decomposition of the organic matters like shrubs, farm waste, animals, and human waste. Biogas has higher thermal efficiency in comparison to kerosene and charcoals. It is mainly used for domestic consumption in rural area. This is the some pictures of biogas plants, and it is also known as gobar gas plants in rural area. Next, that is the plants using cattle dung are also called as gobar gas plants and provides twin benefits to the farmers in the form of energy and manure. It also prevents the loss of trees due to the burning of the fuel woods. These are some pictures of biogas. Next, that is tidal energy. What is tidal energy? The tidal energy is the energy generated by the movement of oceanic tides. Next, that is, do you know how tidal energy generated? During the high tide, when water flow into the inlet and gets trapped when the gate is closed, after the tide falls outside, the water retained by the floodgate flows back to the sea through a pipe that is fitted with a power generating turbine. Thus, electricity is generated. Next, that is tidal energy. Our centers are Gulf of Khambhat in Gujarat, and Gulf of Kutch in Gujarat, and Gangetic Delta in Sundarban regions of West Bengal. These are some pictures of tidal energy. Next, that is geothermal energy. Geothermal energy refer to the heat and electricity produced by using the heat from the interior of the earth. How geothermal energy is generated? The earth grows progressively hotter with increasing depth. Groundwater in such areas absorbs heat from the rocks and becomes hot. When rises to the earth's surface in the form of hot spring, it turns into steam. This steam is used to drive turbines, and thus electricity is generated. Next, that is the pictures. Here is the areas geothermal energy generation in India: Parvati Valley near Manikarn in Himachal Pradesh, and Puga Valley of Ladakh. Here is some picture of geothermal energy. Next, that is conservation of energy resources. Energy savvy energy produce. This is the slogans why should conserve energy resources. Because consumption of energy has been steadily rising all over the country. Every sector of the national economy, agriculture, industry, transport, commercial and domestic needs energy, and in this context there is an urgent need to develop a sustainable path of energy development. We should prefer to use renewable resources of energy, and we have to use our limited energy resources judiciously. These are some conservations of energy resources. Why should we conserve energy? Because energy sap is energy produced. For example, here is we have to use public transport systems instead of individual vehicles, and we should switch off electricity when not in use, and we should use power saving devices. We should prefer to use non-conventional sources of energy. In this way, we can conserve energy to preserve futures. Some are slogans: energy savage, energy produced. Recapitulation. First question, that is, why should we need to conserve energy resources? We need to conserve energy resources because energy is a basic requirement for economic development. There is an urgent need to develop a sustainable path of energy development. India is presently one of the least energy efficient countries in the world. That's why you have to conserve energy resources. Come to the question number 2. Bring out the difference between thermal power and hydel power projects. Thermal power project is generated by using coal, petroleum and natural gas, whereas hydel power is generated by fast flowing water. Thermal power uses all non-renewable resources, whereas hydel power initially it was uses renewable resources. In thermal power is very high in cost and its production is expensive, whereas initially in hydel power cost was very high but later it became cheaper. In thermal power it does cause pollution. Example are Badarpur thermal power plant, Delhi, Talcher power plant, Odisha. Hydel power does not cause any pollution. Example Hirakud Dam, Bhakranagar projects, etc. Come to the question number 3, that is, what is solar energy? Expanded importance. The energy obtained from the sun is known as solar energy. Its importance can be understood by the following points. First, solar energy does not cause environment problem as it is pollution free. India has enormous possibility of tapping solar energy. It is becoming popular in rural and remote areas of India. It is renewable source of energy. It is easy to maintain as the cost of maintenance is low. From it we can generate electricity and use for varied purposes. Come to question number 4, that is, how is biogas produced and why it is called gobar gas plant in rural areas? Biogas is produced by the decomposition of organic waste under anaerobic conditions, and the primary source of biogas production is cattle dung. Hence, it is called gobar gas plant in rural areas. Come to question number 5, that is, distinguish between conventional source and unconventional source of energy. Conventional source of energy: fossil fuel, CNG, coal, oil, natural gas, example of conventional source of energy, whereas bioenergy, hydro energy, tidal energy, ocean energy are example of non-conventional source of energy. The conventional source of energy are non-renewable by any natural process, whereas non-conventional sources are renewable. Third, these conventional sources of energy are available in limited quantity, whereas non-conventional sources of energy are eco-friendly in nature. Conventional sources of energy also can be classified as commercial and non-commercial sources of energy, whereas non-conventional energy sources do not increase pollutions. Next question, that is question number 5. Give examples for multipurpose projects of India. Some multipurpose projects are Damodar Valley projects, West Bengal, Bihar, Bhakranagar projects on Satluj River, Himachal Pradesh, the Hirakud Dam project, Odisha. Come to the question number 7, that is, name the two countries which import iron ore from India. The two countries which import iron ore from India are Japan, South Korea, China, Oman, Malaysia, all these countries who import iron from India. Next question, that is question number 8. Distinguish between biogas and natural gas. Biogas is renewable source of energy, whereas natural gas is non-renewable source of energy. Biogas is naturally occurring gas that is formed from the breakdown of organic matter in the presence of anaerobic bacteria, whereas natural gas is a naturally occurring gas that is formed from fossil fuel. Biogas is formed from the breakdown of the organic matter via biological process, whereas natural gas is formed from the breakdown of the organic matter via geological process. Next question, that is question number 9. In which region does petroleum occur in India? In the western offshore, Mumbai High, Krishna Godavari basins and Assam regions does petroleum occur in India. Question number 10. Name the states where tidal energy produce. The states where the tidal energy produce are Gujarat, West Bengal, Maharashtra, Rajasthan. Next question, last question, that is name some nuclear power stations of India. Kaiga Karnataka, Kakrapara Gujarat, Kondakulam Tamil Nadu, Narora Uttar Pradesh, Kalpakam Tamil Nadu, and Tarapur Maharashtra. All these are the some nuclear power stations of India. Thank you. Have a nice day. Here is the end of the presentations of third part of the minerals and energy resources. Thank you. Save energy, save the future. A million ways to go green. Thank you.